Welcome beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family to the PSGINT news roundup. In this video I'll be going through the latest news coming out from Paris Saint-Germain. First of all, Kylian Mbappe will not participate in Paris Saint-Germain's first Ligue 1 game. This decision has been made. A meeting was held between Luis Campos, Nasser Khalifi and Luis Enrique, and the decision was still in Nasser's hand, and it's a no. Kylian Mbappe will still remain in the Loft until he changes his mind. Either he extends or he decides to leave. Next up, Gonçalo Ramos obviously was recently announced as a new Paris Saint-Germain signing, and today morning completed his first training session. Good luck to my star. Next up, Frankfurt are open to the idea of having Hugo Ekitike in a swap deal for Randal Kolo Muani, with Paris Saint-Germain having difficulties meeting their price tag. They've had interest in Hugo Ekitike for a while, so keep tabs on this transfer saga. Next up, Leandro Paredes has some links to AS Roma and would love to return to his former club. Let's see if it's only interest or there is actually some concrete stuff for Leandro Paredes. Obviously, he only has 1 year left on his contract. Roma have been interested in two previous PSG players like Fabian Ruiz and Renato Sanchez, but now they're eyeing Paredes. But that's only if Nemanja Matic leaves the Italian club. Next up, Neymar JR, obviously big news yesterday. He's set to stay at Paris Saint-Germain. It was never a doubt. All the reports were fake. Fabrizio Romano is a stupid-ass donkey, and that goes for Gerard Romero and every other single Spanish reporter. I'm even cooking L'Equipe, and I don't know why Sky Sports started talking about Neymar when they have absolutely no ID, no information about Paris Saint-Germain and its players. Neymar Jr. is set to stay at PSG. Here we go. Next up, Marco Verratti. A recent bid came from Al Hilal. Obviously, Paris Saint-Germain. We're asking Al Hilal, if you want Verratti, you put a bigger price. And they have upped it from 30 million to 45 million. But according to reports, still no green light from Nasser Khalifi. And he would never accept this offer. If he wants to sell Verratti, it will be from the 80 to 100 million margin, which most likely means Marco Verratti will remain a Paris Saint-Germain player for at least one more season. Next up, Bardley Barcola. There is some uncertainty regarding to the transfer because Lyon have FFP on their asses, but if they finalize the selling of Luke Keba to RB Leipzig, they may be able to keep Barcola. So Paris Saint-Germain have to intensify their interest in Bradley Barcola to make it happen. But according to some exclusive from Paris No Limits, it's really close between Barcola and Paris Saint-Germain, and the negotiations between the two clubs is going very well. Ansu Fati was recently offered by FC Barcelona to Paris Saint-Germain. Could potentially be in this Neymar deal scenario, but I think they also want to offload Ansu Fati, but it was immediately rejected by Paris Saint-Germain. Ousmane Dembele will be finalized pretty much today and could potentially be announced as a PSG player either today or tomorrow. Barcelona have finally stopped their clowning acts because they know what they're doing is completely illegal. They cannot take a part or some of the money that his agent is going to make, because that's what it says in the release clause that Paris Saint-Germain and Ousmane Dembele activated. Next up, reports from the Loft. The atmosphere is good in the group of undesirables from Paris Saint-Germain. Some players often joke they could play the first team group and win, and this team contains Kylian Mbappe obviously, but there it ends. You have Inaki Peña as the goalkeeper, you have Colin Dagba, Dembele, Diallo, Michu, Paredes, Bodiang, Wijnaldum, Draxler, Gassama. Just a bunch of mid. Leave my club. There's a reason you guys are in the Loft, and it's not to have a good atmosphere and joke around. Leave the club. Go to Saudi. Mbappe, go to Real. Leave. Next up, Paris Saint-Germain obviously is still looking for one extra midfielder from Lucho's request, and at the moment it's looking at Paris Saint-Germain reviving two previous files, which is Kone from Borussia Mönchengladbach and obviously Kefran Turan from OGC Nice. Nothing concrete, only interest, and the calls and negotiations have started yet again. We'll see what happens in the coming 22 days. And lastly but not least, Otavio from Porto. Recent reports came out that PSG were scouts at the recent Porto game, and reports later came out confirmed it was for Otavio, who can play as an 8, can play as a winger. I don't really know why Paris Saint-Germain are after him. I would like Thuram, Kone, Pedri, De Jong, anybody else, but that's the news. And That's been it for Paris Saint-Germain PSG news roundup. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the PSG YouTube channel, and as always, allez Paris!